So, hey guys, I'm here just vlogging about one of my favorite fucking games. And you know what? Nastasha was fucking right. Well, I just replayed this game. It's kind of like my toasty old pair of socks that you wear when you're relaxing, or maybe because the world's turned to shit and you need something to basically just hold on to and grasp to that just gives you hope. Um, and this game's 25 years old, but unfortunately, it's still pretty relevant. I'm not talking about the genetic themes, which is basically the main argument of nurture versus nature. You get in the sequel, as well as the times, which is kind of again relevant to what's happening right now with the tense international tensions and Russia pulling a deterrent force. It's just fucking scary. But anyways, Metal Gear Solid, it came out in 1998 for Sony PlayStation. It was an exclusive for a bit, and it came out on PC. And a remake called Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes came out in 2004 with an updated translation, which I'm just gonna say I'm not a fan of because it doesn't have lines such as
Eskimo Indian Olympics.
Yeah, I know it. Must be a real threat in the muck duck eating contest.
or
Well, I'm going to send you a love letter, my dear. Do you know what that is? It's a bullet straight from my gun to your heart.
and that localization was by a man named Jeremy Blossstein. I kind of talked to him online a bit, and I think he did a stand-up job on his slogan. It is bar none one of my favorite game scripts ever. Even I don't know. I think it's even better in like maybe like Red Dead 2 or a Naughty Dog game, just because it just felt fresh. It kind of tickled my likes of action movies back then. Like True Lies or Pierce Brosnan 007 movies back in the day. I mean, I think there's only one that came out. It was GoldenEye. Yeah, it was GoldenEye. And then that's what intrigued me first. It was the whole hype cycle that we've been conditioned to get into. We just had magazines to go off of, and that's all we had for coverage. And this game kept getting a lot of coverage, and it just drew the attention to me. And I remember playing a demo disc that came with my PS1 I bought in '98. I think my mom bought it. And it made me a fan of stealth games. It made me a fan of Japanese games. Besides Final Fantasy VII, which I did play like about a year later, or so, and it still has some pretty incredible performances by voice actors like David Hayter, Cam Clark, Paul Eiding, and Kim a guest, and Jennifer Hale, of course, as Naomi. It just felt right. This just compared to like Twin Snakes, maybe some of the sequels. Like this probably has some of the best acting. Gameplay is your basic stealth team. You just hide from things out of line of sight. You get some different gadgets. It's an overhead perspective. Takes about 7 hours. It's a quick run through. If you're interested in playing it, it's not going to be that hard to find. Fortunately, it's still on GOG. If you want to play it, and the PS Store, which is still open, fortunately, for PS3 and Vita, I think. But anyways, let's just go with the themes. Since everyone's going stir crazy with the international tensions right now. Nastasha kind of is, like at the time, or even now, you would think it's kind of like it's batting yourself over the head with the same themes over and over, and maybe Kojima slash the character Nastasha Romaneko is right. We don't need nukes because as she said, no weapon has been not used, and I really hope in the coming days we don't see anything like that happen. I mean, like a lot of the previous generation had this fear throughout the Cold War, and I really don't want the next generation to have this passed on to them. But knowing the cynical nature of humankind, they're probably just gonna go for it or something even worse. But he has a lot of things to say. I wonder. I just wonder what Kojima thinks of what's happening right now. I'm pretty sure he's kind of kind of morose, maybe not surprised. Like, lastly, this game is basically telling you to live. I mean, we should all live our lives day to day. I mean, we have a lot of things to worry about, but we just gotta take a deep breath. Just it's kind of corny, but we just gotta choose life and live. This game just taught me that, and it taught me a lot of things. Of just not being a shitty person and overcoming your own personal deficiencies, whether personally or inheriting genetically. We could always strive to do better, and humankind could just strive to do better right now in which looks like one of those darkest parts of human history. Well, for me at least, I didn't experience World War II. I also remember, this is kind of off topic. I remember I went to like a Japanese film festival, and I watched a documentary about some, like, it was like a Christian or Catholic missionary group or whatever. They were trying to convert some Japanese to Christianity during the Hiroshima bombing, and what saddened me, I was just like, my mouth was. I didn't show it if I remember. This is just all going memory of seeing the kids that this was punishment and this is God's fate for them. I don't believe that. I think as any weapons that's powerful weapons used, it's basically used for power and protection. And if we could just get off a drug called power, maybe we could actually get together to solve our problems. I just hope we can. I just really fucking hope.